So yeah, if you could just state your name, your position, where you work, and how long you've been there.
Okay. I'm at Berthold Villarreal, police officer, patrolman, and I've been working for Belmar for 12 years.
My name is Marco Rodriguez. I'm an emergency medicine physician, and I've been practicing emergency medicine for the last 8 years, since 2012.
My name is Veronica Sanchez. I've been in my position 8, going on 9 years.
My name is Jamie Knowles, and I have been in customer service at a utility company in Illinois for 22, almost 23 years.
Be sure your uniform's clean, your equipment's all sanitized. You make sure you have a good amount of masks with you, on your person and in your vehicle. Yeah. I carry a case with extra masks and gloves.
I work night shift, so I am at work from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and it usually takes me about 30 to 45 minutes to get home. I have 3 small children, so normally when I get home, I help with breakfast, and I play with them for a little while, and then help with naps, lunchtime, and then eventually I'm able to go ahead and go to sleep in the afternoon. I normally get about 4 to 5 hours of sleep at night, and then I wake back up to go back to work that evening.
I check my voicemails, turn my computer on, and I check my emails, and I will answer whatever emails and voicemail that needs to be answered right then and there first thing in the morning before anyone gets to work.
Now I try to stick to my routine as much as possible, so I'll still get up between 4 and 5 every morning, try to shower, work out a little bit, and sign into my laptop and work for my 8-hour shift.
Probably the biggest change with my routine is that when I get home, since I do have small kids, they normally like to run up to me and hug me and say hello. And unfortunately, because of what I do and the fact that there's a chance that I may have brought home some contaminants, I normally have to sneak in through the basement and shower in a spare bathroom that we have in the basement, change clothes, and wash up in hopes of just avoiding contaminating anyone or anything in my home. The other biggest change too is the fact that I don't sleep in my own bedroom, at least for the time being. We do have a spare bedroom that I sleep in as well. Again, just trying to avoid too much exposure and exposing my family because of what's going on with the coronavirus.
It's not that different than what it was before. The only difference is that I have to make sure that I have my protective equipment with me, my mask, and we have to put it on before we enter the building.
Before, I would get up between 4 and 5, shower, drive into my office, and then work for 8 hours, and then go to a physical gym, which I miss terribly, and then come home.
Absolutely. Every day I go to work, I fear the possibility of contracting it, and more so the possibility of bringing it home to my family. So I am very diligent about being as cautious as possible, washing my hands, wearing protective equipment, and also the steps I take at home to try to prevent my family from getting sick because of what I do.
It's made me more aware that there is a virus out there that could potentially kill you. It's scary, but I'm more afraid for my family than I am for myself.
I don't.
Unfortunately, I have seen a lot of very sick patients, and many of which have died because of this coronavirus. So I fear that it's going to persist longer than it should. That's probably my biggest fear, along with the fear of potentially giving it to my family and bringing that home.
What I fear most about the virus is that one of my family members, that would be my daughter, my husband, my sons, or my sisters and brothers, would end up catching this disease and they're not able to fight it off.
I fear that other people that have different sicknesses like asthma or immune problems will get a lot sicker before we have a permanent cure. I fear that they're going to have issues. That's probably my biggest issue with it.
I think the fact that I worked in a nursing home for 21 and a half years as a CNA and as a rehab assistant has prepared me not to get too crazy about what's going on in the world today with this pandemic, and just be cautious.
With 9/11, that was super scary because my son was 3 months old and I was at work when it happened, and with a newborn, all I wanted to do was I had a 3-month-old, and all I wanted to do was get to him as quick as possible as a new mom. With this, I can't get away from my child because he's in the next room and he's much older, so I feel like I can talk to him, I can see him, I can touch him. And where I work, I love tremendously. They're wonderful, they're understanding, they're compassionate, they're contribute to everything. So with this, I feel like because I suffered the last crisis with them, they're able to kind of, I know what I'm in for in a sense, and I know where my son is, so it's not as scary to me.
And we are here in Melrose Park on Division Street. This is the neighborhood where this officer lived. And here's some video from just a few moments ago where a police procession just wrapped up. There were dozens of police vehicles. We saw officers from departments like Oak Park, Rosemont, and nearby Maywood.
I remember you were telling me something about that, that you knew the police officer, or was it their family, that died from the coronavirus in Melrose? Which is like a town over from Bellwood, yes, from where you work at.
Yes, I know him.
And how about his family? Are they okay? Are they?
His wife, but she's nice, you know. Don't use her name, but she's a good lady. She's a good lady, man. They're a young couple, you know. He retired from his other job, but he's working, you know, these side jobs at work. I've seen the people who passed away from this. You know, the people that have affected. You know, young, old. It does not have any. You know, it goes after anybody.
Right. Was it just you that got the virus, or did any other patrolmen get it too, or?
No, nobody else has got it. I'm the first one.
What do you think about people that think that this is like a hoax or this is fake?
It's not a hoax. It's real. It's real.